everyone. So this video is just a little bit different. I'm actually going to take you through some of my favorite pieces and areas of my main floor. I have always been someone that mixes different styles in my home. So I have a lot of vintage, a lot of thrifted, some brand new items as well. I thought I would show you guys how I do that and what my favorite pieces are, and just kind of invite you into the different spaces that I love in my home and that are actually also ever changing as I find new pieces on my thrift trips and shop my own home and change things out every once in a while for the seasons. We're going to start with the living room, and then in the next video, part 2, we will move on to the kitchen, dining, and my powder room. Don't forget, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm so grateful for all the support so far. Our living room has actually changed so much over the years that we've been here, since especially what the previous owners had in their living room, which I will show you guys here. But I think we finally found kind of a comfortable spot, and I'm just still completing finishing touches and things like that. So first thing I'll show you guys is my cedar chest that I have in my living room, which was actually my husband's grandfather's. And we are currently using it for toy storage in the living room to try and keep things contained, because I do have a 1.5-year-old and I also have an almost 11-year-old. So we did recently take off the feet and replace them. I got these matte black legs from Amazon, and I can leave the link in the description. We are going to refinish this. I might go with either a black stain or a black paint. I love the idea of a chest in a living room though. I just feel like it adds some character. So of course, the other massive favorite item in the living room that I have is my TV wall, which has 2 IKEA bookcases and an IKEA TV stand. Now we have customized it. I did my own handles and we added trim. And of course, as you can see, my husband made this beautiful natural walnut veneer herringbone pattern TV wall. I love this wall and we get so many compliments on it. It's just gorgeous. He used, like I said, natural walnut veneer and cut them into planks and installed them in a herringbone pattern, and then applied oil to the whole thing and capped the ends with solid pieces of walnut. And it is my absolute favorite thing in the entire house, and I'll be so sad when we eventually move because I just absolutely love this piece. So I feel like I could spend a whole video showing you the inside of these bookcases. I used a Joanna Gaines peel and stick wallpaper in the back of these bookcases. I actually did a YouTube short on this as well. I'm just going to show you kind of an overview of how I have my bookcases in my living room set up, and the few key pieces that I absolutely love in these bookcases and that I thrifted. Another quick thrifted item that I have in my living room is this dark kind of olive green, mossy green pillow cover, and the back is this really pale like linen burlap look, and I just absolutely love it. I paid like $3 for this at the thrift store. And I've mixed it with other pillow covers that I got off of Amazon, and actually this floral cover, which I've had for the last 12 to 13 years. Right above my couch, I actually have this really awesome gallery wall. I worked so hard on this, so we've had it up for a couple years now. I did not thrift any of these frames. I wanted a very particular kind of color palette and look to it, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. We also, when we moved into this house, we added this little pass-through in the wall. We did not have the money to take out this wall and add in a beam, but we really wanted to open it up. So we added in this pass-through as big as we could allow with these studs in the wall, and it lets you look straight through to the dining room and out our patio door right out into the backyard. So it's a really nice little sight line, and so much light filters through from both sides of the house. So this was an amazing feature for us to add. And I was able to hang the next item that I was going to show you guys. So this kind of hanging lantern planter is something my mom bought me, and I just went to Home Depot and got some brass chain and hooks, and my husband and I decided we wanted to kind of swag it, and so we got this actually kind of awesome little wall hook that is a lion's head, and no one actually sees it because it's facing a wall, but we know it's there, and it's just this little hint of character that I love. So I have a lot of plants in my house, both faux and real, and I do have a couple of hanging plants in my living room window. They're just in macrame hangers with these really pretty neutral pots that I got from a local garden shop, and I just love this little spot. So right above that is actually this black lantern that I have hanging from the ceiling. I have had this for well over a decade at this point. I bought it from a small shop in Stratford, Ontario, which is one of my favorite places to go and shop. I believe I paid $30 for it at the time. And I'm sure you noticed that I have a bird wired to this lantern. I actually watched a YouTube decorating video, and this girl had done a bird cage light. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I need to somehow incorporate a faux bird into my living room. I actually went to the dollar store and saw this beautiful colored bird. I wired it to my lantern, and my son, who is 1.5, loves looking at this bird. It's his favorite thing, so it was definitely worthwhile in the end. And under that is one of my new favorite items in this house, which is our front entry cabinet. The cabinet has been there for quite some time. But it did not have a top on it. So my husband actually did shiplap along the whole back, which let him put an electrical outlet for us to have USB access for charging our phones and devices and everything in the living room. He actually took a solid walnut live edge desk that he had made himself years ago, which, fun fact, I had actually used in some of my jewelry craft shows and at my best friend's wedding as her dessert table. And he transformed it into a live edge waterfall top for this front entryway cabinet. He mitered this so well. It is absolutely perfect and beautiful, and I love the way that it falls down the side of the cabinet into this natural live edge, and underneath that, to finish the cabinet and run it down to the floor, he used a slab of walnut veneer and then edged it. And so that waterfall falls on top of that and finishes it off. And it's so unique and beautiful. And he had this image in his head. He made it a reality, and we both love it. I just think it's super unique. I'm happy with it. And I really wanted to make sure that I showed this off. Over in this little unfinished kind of stairwell area, I have hung my DIY modern farmhouse wreath. You guys can check the video out for that if you're interested. And then I have this console table, which is also walnut, that my husband handmade years ago. I absolutely love this table. I used to have it a bit more decorated, but when you have kids around, such is life, I just have a couple of frames at the moment. We're actually going to do shiplap on this stairwell, which is why it's unfinished, so please excuse that. I hope that this area comes together nicely. So last but not least, on this side of my main floor is this little nook leading to my second floor. It's a wood ledge, and I can see this from my living room, so I definitely like to set it up nicely. At the moment, I have a vintage wood frame that I thrifted for $2.50, as well as 2 wood signs that were made for me. And I also have a wedding photo and 2 thrifted amber glass bottles I got for $2 and $3 each, and then just some faux florals as well. So I love this little spot. It's something really pretty to look at as I go up my stairs and as I'm sitting in my living room. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the second part to this video showing my favorite things and thrifted decor in my kitchen, dining room, and my powder room.